Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a really good day out there, and thank you for joining me for Parcel Simulator. We've played this for quite a few videos now, but I love this game. I've loved it since the demo, and I will continue to play it until I reach the end, which is basically everything open in my warehouse, completely 100% fully automated. If you would, please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. It does help me out a lot, and I do appreciate the support. Once again, thank you to all who have already subbed in. You guys have made my day with that for sure, and I'm really glad that you're enjoying what I do. Now, it is Saturday in our pixel parcel world, so that means we can only send out trucks today. And I'm just going to work on continuing to build up some more funds. As you saw how quickly $100,000 went the last time I built up a little bit of money. The first thing I'm going to do is run over here and make sure that this is paused. It is. We cannot send out train today. It is Saturday. The only day that we're allowed to send a truck out solely is on Saturdays and Sundays. If we go to cargo type, you'll see that here. I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm just going to mention it again. That's the only thing that can go out on these trucks. So the truck bay is completely open, ready to take parcels. As you know, the truck and tray bay that we started with at the beginning of the game, I don't even utilize. I don't have anything going to it. I don't have anything over there. I've got some extra stuff stored, as a matter of fact. Much easier to use the bays that are already separated at the end of our warehouse. I'm going to open these trucks, get this stuff going, and just get ready for another day. Cross my fingers that everything goes smoothly. I just wanted to stop and show the train conveyor. Everything seems to be working really well here. The pause conveyor is paused. Nothing can go down the chute because my trucks do auto ship as soon as they're full. And to keep that from happening, this pause conveyor is very helpful. But everything is coming in, getting stacked up on these shelves, and seems to be doing its thing. So I'm very happy about that. It looks like it's empty, but it's not. Some of these parcels are the tiny envelopes, so you can hardly see them. It is the end of the day, and everything is just moving along, doing the last of its sorting and going through the machines, seeing where they can be placed and all that jazz. I see one little improvement that I can make, and I'm going to do it too, which is I'm going to extend this line because I'm still getting a little bit of backup at this bay here. But if I take this line and I stretch it out a little bit more here, down this way, and then just horseshoe it back around, it will give this bay a little bit more time to go through the machine, because any parcels that are coming from the first bay are not stickered. As you know, we set up that little area down there where they get checked for stickers. If they're stickered, they go through as normal, but if they're not, then they come through here and do the whole setup of machines. Whereas down at the first bay, we have it bypassing the entourage of machines and just going to automatic sort or automatic denial, which has helped pretty well. But again, this is a little bit too short. I'm going to buy some more conveyors and just give it a little bit more room. Okay, I bought 10 pallets, but I only needed 9 because I did have an extra one, so I didn't account for that. I'm just going to test it with this parcel, make sure that I have all of my belts going in the right direction, because I am notorious for my belts being backwards, and I don't want that to happen, especially in the line. That looks like it's going to go fairly well. Okay, all I did was add a little bit more length to my conveyor system to give my parcels more time to come out of this bay and go into the machines for sorting. We'll test it out and see if it works. Taking a look at the end of the day summary, we had 64 correct approvals, 144 denials, 23 grand worth of submissions, some money spent, some bills paid, and we made a total of 21,914. Not too bad. We're now to 48,000, a little more than double than what we started the day with. We are now at Sunday, day 35, one more truck day. We have quite a few parcels that got loaded up down by our train bay yesterday. I think another improvement I may want to do is add another large shelf to that area. For the weekends, it looks like it's especially needed. Take a look, pretty much completely loaded, and then I have a backed up conveyor over here that has parcels just kind of hanging out, which this could be a danger to our day today. I think what I'll do is grab this pallet and I'll just stack some of these up for now. It's a temporary fix. Today we're also going to see if my longer line on this second bay proves a little bit less problematic than the shorter line I had on it. Let's start and see what happens. Thank goodness it's the end of the day. I've got a couple of messes on my hands. One of the messes being right here. Our train section got completely jammed up. I definitely need a few more racks in that area to help with it. And I have 2 pallets that are full of boxes that I already removed off the conveyor line, plus this stack here. So huge problem on that end. Also, huge problem over here in the air and maritime. The same thing was kind of happening. Everything got backed up because the shelving is full. That means I need more shelving here as well. The shelving I thought that I had here, it was not loading into this bay as it should be loading. So those are the jams I had today. And I'll be very happy that the next day is Monday and I can send out a bunch of these, at least train ones. The air maritime are still going to be somewhat of a challenge. All right, we're gonna check and see what the damage is for today and see how much money we lost. 48 correct approvals, 160 denials, 23 grand. I didn't spend anything today, up to 72, which is great. It is now Monday, day 36. Thank God I can send out all of the train parcels now and maybe work on trying to fix the ever-growing problem of the maritime and air and see what I can do about that situation. So the first thing I'm going to do is unpause this, and all of these parcels are now going to get sent through into this bay and be submitted as soon as it hits max capacity. So I'm just going to wait until all of these go through, then we'll get back to seeing about starting the real day. Now that it's moving along freely at the end, I'm going to take all of these that I stacked up into a panic pile and put them through down at that end since everything is flowing pretty well. For the time being, I am going to get rid of some of these pallets that I have that are either medium, and then definitely this one because it's small. And I'm going to buy a couple of bigger ones to kind of help with the overcrowding situation for now. So I get a smoother, not smoother, but like more room is essentially what I need in the maritime and the air section. And I really need to figure out that middle air rack because I'm not sure how to get parcels into that section. I have a theory, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. The thing I thought about trying was a smart splitter conveyor. Splits parcels into 3 streams, prioritizes empty routes. I don't know if this means that it will help with that empty middle rack, but I'm going to give it a go, especially for $800. But I want to see if that will work. All right, so I moved some of the airtime or the maritime packages onto one of the bigger pallets I bought as well. And then I sold this rack and bought the tallest rack available because this is the medium rack was here. There's also a medium rack against the wall, which I would also like to get rid of. And I'm going to see if this works with, I pulled a bunch of these air parcels also on a giant pallet, and then I put this prioritizer conveyor on this end. I want to see if it will in fact load this middle rack or if it will continue to ignore it. We will see. That should open up a lot more room. So at least for today, when things are coming in and getting piled for these 2, it won't be so bad. At least I'm hoping. Anyway, today is just truck and train. So these guys will continue to get stacked up. I'm hoping me diverting some of these to pallets for the time being as like a quick band-aid fix will work. We'll see if this little conveyor works and prioritizing to my empty shelving, or if that's just a complete waste of $800. We'll see. But let's begin our day and see how messed up it can be now, which I'm hoping less messed up considering we can send out all of the train ones today. I had to come down here and fix this line. It was at a standstill. Looks like 2 packages kind of got on top of each other, so nothing was moving. I had to come down and correct it so this area could keep functioning. It's the end of the day, and we're just letting the rest of these parcels go through the machines and get sorted to where they need to go. That little hiccup we had down at the other end didn't seem to reappear. I should have noticed it sooner. That's okay. Let's take a look at our air parcels. I want to see if this was... Okay, it looks like the back and forth thing is happening. So I took out the unloader conveyor at the end of that one rack, and it looks like it's just loading all these extra parcels into this middle storage rack, which is what I was hoping it would do. I still gotta figure out how to get this to work a little bit smoother. This priority sorter conveyor seems to do what I wanted it to do. However, I just don't know on this end what I need to do. All right, let's take a look at the end of the day, what our results were. Yes, I had 16 incorrect approvals because I accidentally set out an error thing by accident, and it counted against me, of course. Spent a little bit of money on some racks and some tall pallets. Money well spent though. We were still up 30 grand. Now we're over 100,000 again. Things are looking pretty good. However, I need to fix that rack system over by air. I think that's a great place to stop for now, and next time we'll work on that. We'll see if we can get it better. Same with maritime, we'll try to get that better too. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next video of Parcel Simulator. Goodbye, everybody.